Action.
In the 6th week of our 6-week class, 6 steps to achieve anything you want in life, no matter what it may be. Tonight's class, the topic of tonight's class is third class out of 6, and it's about the map. Meaning the first class we spoke about goal setting, how it's important to have a goal towards what you're going towards, to shoot for. The second class was about how to avoid quitting, how to stay committed to that goal. And today's class is about how to get there, because a lot of times people get confused. They think of something that's important to them, that they want to achieve in their life, and the first thing that enters their head is like, how am I going to do that? Or that's impossible, I'll never be able to do it. So they're already confusing with how to get there with whether or not they'll be able to do it. The first thing is to come up with the goal, and then commit yourself and realize it's something you want to work towards, and you're going to keep putting your effort towards it no matter how hard it may be. And then, of course, is the next step, which is how to get there, meaning how to reach that goal. And with Hashem's help, we'll have all these videos up on a website or on YouTube or something in the next few weeks.
That's the goal.
For those who have missed, yeah, that's my goal. The map. Missed the beginning classes. All right, so I'll begin off with a story, a personal story. I remember, for those of you who have heard my Farbrengen story about some of the events that I went through in my life before I became religious. But at the one point in time, I never really had goals, like when I was growing up. I just knew I wanted to make money, I wanted to get paid, That's like, most people, that's what they think of. They're like, yeah, I just want to be rich, It's like, it's not really a goal. It's a goal to be successful, it's true. But the next step is, well, what does that mean to be successful? How am I going to get there? How am I going to go about doing such a thing? So I was confused like most people, and in high school, the friends around me were, basically doing shady stuff to get money, and everything from selling drugs to, doing a lot worse things. So everyone kind of does whatever they do. They hang out, they try to, hustle, find ways to make a couple bucks, and eventually, as I told you in some of my stories, some of the closest people to me wound up getting killed at a very young age. A lot of people wound up in prison, and I had a lot of signs that. Thank God that woke me up that that's not the proper path to get my success. So it took a while before I finally realized that realistically the only way is to go to college. For me was to make something out of my life. The only problem is I got into college and I don't know what the hell to do once I got there. I just knew it was a place to party. So, I partied, spent a good year partying, barely going to class. And I definitely elevated my game of partying from before that. But other than that, I didn't really have a purpose in being there. I was kind of just hanging out. And then I started thinking about it, it's, what do I want? And of course, that's when I dropped out and became a rap star. But for those who heard it, I never made it the rap stardom. I guess that's why Judah came along. I could relive my dreams. So,
Amen.
Yeah. I remember it was a really funny thing. It was my second year of college, and I got a job. And I started working in the, the admissions office. I didn't really take the job because of money. I took it for other reasons. But the job as the admissions counselor that I got was the incoming freshmen, the guys and girls, of course, who come into the new class. Your job is to guide them and to advise them on the proper path of their career. It's called a career counselor or a major counselor. And I was basically this guidance counselor to help people decide what their major is going to be. This is what I did. I guided other people. And I was actually pretty good at it. It's a strange thing. What do they say that the teachers can't do and the doers can't teach? So I had no idea what I was doing, but I got really good at guiding other people and advising them in their career path and what they should do. So an interesting thing happened. I noticed that I had a lot of friends in college whose families were wealthy, were very successful. And every time I hung out with a buddy of mine and we went back and met his family, went to his house, whatever, I'm like, yo, what does your dad do? I remember one time I went to Boca with a friend of mine, and he lived in a fat house on the water. It was like a ridiculous mansion. And I walked in and I'm like, yo, what does your dad do? He's like, he's an architect. I was like, really? Like, he's paid. He's like, yeah, he does really well. And I went back to college and I changed my major. I wanted to be an architect. And I took every architecture class there was for a semester, and it's like, I hated it. I was miserable with nothing. And I kept doing it. Then one time I remember I met an accountant, a CPA, who was really rich. So I decided I want to be a CPA. And then I couldn't stand it. Like every time I changed my major, and I noticed after like 2 years, I pretty much did every single major in the world. Why? Because I didn't really know what I wanted. I didn't have a plan. I just knew I wanted to succeed. And when I was around successful people, I wanted to be part of that success. So wherever I was, whoever that person was that was successful, to me that became something to achieve. And it wasn't until much later that I realized that I wanted to fulfill what I always wanted to do earlier on, which was be a lawyer. The problem is, as I got older, it started what I thought becoming too hard, and it seemed like a goal that was not achievable, because I hated school, I couldn't stay going to class, and I don't want responsibility. And it's a long time, 7 years of school. But ultimately, with Hashem's help and with my family's help, I got back on the path and followed what it was that I wanted.